All right, stop, collaborate, and listen. Franklin Mills Mall is back for a brand new edition. Look at this parking lot. This parking lot is jam-packed like it's 1999 at Franklin Mills Mall. So everybody's saying this mall is dead or dying or going to be demolished or whatnot. I don't think so. Unless there happens to be a bachelor party and all the cars parked here, I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of people in there like old times. So let's take a look inside the Franklin Mills Mall and see if it is really back, baby. And there, look at that. The logo is taken down and the lettering is. No more Philadelphia Mills? Are they going to bring Franklin Mills back? That would be pretty cool. Maybe that's why people are coming back. Look, people walking in and out. But I'm still impressed with the parking lot. That's a nice car, too. Look, I'm going to stand up here, give you an overview. Look at all those cars that are here at this one entrance. So there's got to be plenty of people inside, plenty of humanoids. So I'm excited, and it could just be like old times. This mall is coming back, and we are going in entrance 3, which is the heart and soul of the mall, right in dead center. And let's take a look. So I'm a little nervous. Are you guys nervous? I haven't been in this mall in a while. I used to enjoy it. Some good stores and outlets. And just take a walk and see what we see. So the center is usually where the Burlington Coat Factory is. And they usually had, oh look, it's the Easter bunnies in town. I think look at the structure. Still has beautiful structure. Always loved the structure of the malls. But the Easter bunny, is that the reason, guys, that everyone's back? Because the Easter bunny is here? Well, I don't see him, just his little Easter place. Classic Spencer's, that's still there. Good to see, good to see. How you doing? Who do you know? Everything's looking bright and colorful. More humanoids up ahead, I believe. And I want everybody to... oh, there's the Easter bunnies taking pictures. Picture time. And I want everybody to share their favorite memories of Franklin Mills Mall. This looks like a pretty cool new store. So it looks like we got maybe some new stores in here. Otaki House. There we go. People waiting in line to get some beverages. People sitting down. Wow, this is like old times. Everybody's just hanging out at the mall. I haven't seen this in a long time in any mall, to be honest with you. So really impressed and glad to see people back, baby. And I like how they have the signs set up, like the numbers and the fashion district, the lifestyle district. So that's pretty cool. And this looks like a newer place I haven't seen. Let's take a walk, see over here, like this guy's doing. Hopefully this guy isn't packing too much in there. He looks like he's bringing a lot to the table. It looks like we got some kind of animal rides in there for little kitties maybe. That looks pretty cool. I like that. You kind of need these kind of things, these kind of entertainment things, and where you can do interaction and playground type and amusement park. Then we got the guest clothing store, which is always good. And the classic Burlington Coat Factory, which has its own entrance on the outside and the inside. I used to always go there. And here is the fashion district. So these look like newer things. It looks like Franklin Mills Mall is changing its ways, which I like. It's looking more modern and clean and new. And here we go. We got some candy. Who wants some candy, little kids? Remember, they don't take candy from strangers, but this guy's got like movie theater type candy and everything you could want. And let's see. All the floors are looking nice and clean. Someone must wax them daily. So what stores do you remember and enjoy at the Franklin Mills Mall? Let us know in the comments section. So not as many people over here, but I think that will change. Here's the Nautica store. And again, if you need clothes, there's just tons of clothing stores still at the mall, as you can see. There's all Fifth. People coming and going in little car truck trains. There's the boss. Here we go. I always love these little mazes in between that you kind of walk through, you know, the mini ramps, I guess you could call them. See kids running up and down. But I always liked it. This is just a good little walkathon when you walk in the Franklin Mills Mall. It's definitely a good size. Look, they're riding in little buggies. Beep, beep, honk, honk. Off Fifth is a nice big store. Look at that. A lot of people in there hanging out. Like there's a little party going on. Super Hello, another clothing store. It must be a little newer. I've never heard of that. And then we always have the massage chairs in the middle. Oh, she stole my seat. And people coming and people going. Wow, like I said, this is like how it was in the late 90s, early 2000s. And all these stores are filled. I don't see any closed stores like when I did the Neshaminy Mall tour. This looks like a pretty cool t-shirt store with all different, you know, 80s and 90s things. The Hello Kitty, the Mikey and Marty, or whatever his name was, Garfield. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Just taking a walk-see and look-see and seeing what we see. Like I said, tons of clothing in all these stores. That looks like an interesting shop right there. What is that called? I can't even read it because I'm looking in the camera, but this looks like a little cool shop. And we got the classic gumball machines and mini toys. These are always neat and fun. Brings back the nostalgia of just getting a gumball for a quarter or a little toy, although now they're $1. That's still pretty cool though. Here we go. Got some superhero balls in there. Classic change machine. I like that. Reminds me of the arcades, but in a mini size change machine. Wouldn't mind having that in my home arcade, actually. We got some leopard print necklaces. Nice. Yeah, the little toys were always fun and always cheap, you know. And these look like they're, you know, 50 cents to $1. Get some bling actually there. Get some new jewelry there for the kiddies. And then the mini little toys. Are you seeing robots in there or something? 50 cents, not too bad. Some bouncy balls. Wow, tons of these chairs. I guess that's the hangout, whether you put a quarter in there or not. There's H&M. A lot of kids here. A lot of parents bringing the folks. This looks like a family themed mall going on here. Pretty nice. Got to check out the structure up there. Looking good and sharp. And you always had the alternate. You could either walk in the middle with the ramp. You could go to the right side or the left side with the steps. You could do half and half, which always made this mall unique. I always kind of like that. It's just different, you know? And we are here on a Saturday. It is the weekend. And here we go. This looks like Skechers. Yeah, I used to go to the Skechers, actually. This was the closest Skechers store, and I have bought Skechers sneakers here before, or ordered them online and came in. Pretty cool. Now we got an open area here. There's Forever 21, although they are closing. We did hear about that, but they're still there for now. Look at that. I like those little chandelier type structures, the lighting tube or the artwork. That's kind of neat and unique. So we're getting some Philly type artwork. Although technically Franklin Mills Mall is not in Philadelphia, which I never liked when they call it the Philadelphia Mills Mall, but maybe they're bringing back Franklin, or maybe William Penn. Who's this, Dewey Shawn? Make him laugh? Anybody know Dewey Shawn? He's a friend of mine on Facebook. That looks like his picture. So you go in this photo booth and you make the guy laugh. Nice. You got some stand-up comedy going on or something? And you got more chandeliers. In this little elbow area. Forever 21, big store. Turn 7. Champs. Zell's. Now we're entering the North District. And this mall is just looking nice and clean. Like I said, a lot of people around here coming and going. So all those YouTube videos that said this is a dead or dying mall or it's done, homie don't play that, man. I don't think so. Tommy Hilfiger. You know, in the summertime, it's going to be right around the corner, and this place is going to be more packed, in my opinion. And they're going to have the Franklin Flea Market on the Sundays that already started. So pretty cool. There is a store closed there. I think that's like the first one we've seen in a while. And like the Levi's. Wow, so many clothing stores I forgot. It's endless. So this is a great place for clothing. Also sneakers. There are sneaker stores. The classic Levi's. The blue jeans. 30% off. Pretty good. Pretty good. So what stores did you used to go to? Or what stores do you still go to? Or do you still go to the Franklin Mills Mall? I guess I'm not going to call it the Philadelphia Mall because it's not in Philadelphia as we went over. Look, a lot of people. Wow. The whole mall is filled with people, almost bumping into me even. I like it. Here we got Polo, Ralph Lauren. If anyone likes playing polo, you can buy some polo clothes. I always like the little signs above there. It looks classic. Here's Mills News Store. This has been around for a while. Grab yourself a pizza and a hoagie, maybe. There's the Gap outlet over there. Here we go. This is a huge Pink store. I think Victoria's Secret owns Pink, maybe. I'm not sure, but this is a huge Pink women's clothing store. Calvin Klein. One of my favorite designer brands. Probably my favorite. Calvin Klein would be first. And there's Victoria's Secret. So I guess half of it is Pink, half of it is Victoria's Secret. Maybe under the same umbrella. Anybody can let me know in the comment section. Calvin Klein's a pretty big store. 2 entrances even. Nice. Alright, so I guess this is the dead zone, which is the end of number 1 entrance. So I guess that's what they did. All the stores at this end, and we will check the other end out, folks. So they closed these stores and moved all the stores forward, which is smart. And that's why much of the mall was jam-packed. But towards the end, everyone moved out and moved forward. Some might have permanently closed. I remember it used to be like an Ash music store in this mall. I think that's not there anymore. I always remember a Chinese restaurant. I remember a knife store. There were some cool stores at one of the early entrances, but we still have Dave & Buster all the way down there, and we got some kiddie rides here coming up. I always like the little kiddie rides, although I think they're a little too small for me. That's a sweet ride right there. Let me see if I can fit in, test out the steering wheel. Not the best steering wheel, but it's something. But these would be now. The ice cream man's in town. Nice. Almost looks like the Twisted Metal ice cream man. Love that game back on Sony PlayStation. So it's the first claw machine. Unlike Neshaminy Mall, there was a claw machine every 5 minutes in walking distance. You got a lot of rubber duckies or something in there, or turtles. So see, this is the future of Franklin Mills Mall. Style evolution in progress. Yeah, so they're just going to build this mall back up, and obviously so far I like what I see, but that's showing the future, and I'm sure these stores will start to fill up in time as well. And we got Dave & Buster, which is a nice solid anchor. If you want to play some video games and grab a beer or two. I'm actually never really been in Dave & Buster's. Maybe in the future I will do a video on it. See what kind of amusement, fun games they have in there. I don't know if they have any vintage arcade games. That would be nice. But we'll take a little peek in here. But it looks good. Look at all the neon and laser lights and stuff. Looks like the 90s. Alright guys, so we're going to check out the other side. Okay, folks, so now we're at the other side of the mall in the Lifestyle District. And by the way, if you've never been to this mall and your first time viewing this, just so you know, Franklin Mills Mall came out in 1989, and originally it was all Ben Franklin themed, you know, kites and lightning and cool colors. And that did change later when Simon Properties bought it, unfortunately, but maybe they're bringing it back, Jack. But we'll take a look on this side, and there are, like I said, still people on this side of the mall as well, which is cool. This looks like a pretty cool toy store in here. You got Batman, Incredible Hulk, and Spider-Man. And look at that, Super Mario. As you know, I love the Super Mario Brothers. This looks like a fun toy store in here. I'm liking it. You got more stuff here. There's Tigger, and looks like a Pokemon figure. Pretty cool. Another Super Mario and Pokemon. Now we got Hello Kitty. Spider-Man, a purple evil person. Nice little fun store looks like inside. Pretty big store too. Actually, no, this is the As Seen on TV store. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Again, we got these cool little ramps you can just hang out on. There's an off-Broadway shoe store. Flooring looking pretty good, guys. Looks like how it was back in the day, but just maintained extremely well. There's a famous footwear, so now we're getting into the shoe stores, it looks like maybe. We got some plants. We have to do the plant test. Are these real or fake? Actually, not sure. Looks like they might be real, though, which I would like. Maybe I could eat one of these. I don't know. People probably think I'm crazy if I start eating the plants. But let me know. But I think that they're real, which is good. That's what we want. We want life in the malls. All little kitties running around all silly. Finish Line, another shoe store. Another little photo booth deluxe type thing. There's Zoomzaz, not Zumba. I think that was an exercise thing in the 90s. Zumba or something, or Taibo. There's a little Bounce Factory. If you like to go bouncy for the kiddies. And again, that's what we need. We need little entertainment areas, little activity areas to bring people in the malls. There's a Puma store. Aristotle. Geez, you want clothes, you come to Franklin Mills Mall. They got clothes. Clothes and sneakers all day. And remember, folks, if you do like this kind of content and you're enjoying the content, I should say, please give my video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Ding, 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 ding. I would greatly appreciate it. American Eagle Outfitters, another classic store. Coming up on the 4th district, it looks like. There's the Foot Locker. Wow, so many shoe stores. You mean if you don't find what you're looking for, there's like 5 other ones right nearby. And again, these are just like, I don't know. I remember the ramp in the Oxford Valley Mall, which I loved. So these mini ramps just give me that feel and nostalgia. And there's so many of them. They're just cool. Just, you go up it, you go down it, you hang out around it. And they got the kids' Foot Locker. They got a Windsor store. Look at all these people here. All this traffic jam. I feel like I should be, honking the horn a little bit here. No, it's okay, folks. If you hear me, I'm just messing around. But look at everybody here. This is awesome. That's like how it used to be. I wouldn't say the 80s because, again, this mall was probably packed in 89 through 95. But late 90s, early 2000s, This is probably how it was. Marshalls, like Marshalls a lot, and it's a Marshalls Home Goods combo. And I still do go to that Marshalls, to tell you the truth. Hey buddy, how you doing there? This is good. So yeah, the mall is back, in my opinion. And look at all these rides here for the kiddies. All the bright lights. Got a Corvette. No, not a Corvette. It's something. Motorcycles. Nice. Look how shiny these floors look. Jeez, oh man. So they're really taking care of this mall, and I do think that there's going to be a new name on the front. It might not be Franklin Mills, but hopefully it's something different, not Philadelphia Mills. Here we go. We got the South Side. We got Lids. That's a hat store. Been around this mall for a while. See, it's actually even cold today. It's 42 degrees, and people still came out to go to the mall. Imagine when it gets warmer. Look at that. This looks like a pretty cool arcade sit-down game. Right there in the middle of the mall. And this is probably not adults, but maybe like more in the middle ages. When I say middle ages, maybe teenagers. I don't know. Well, this looks pretty cool. Kind of three-dimensional or polygraphics. Can have a racer on each side. Rally coaster. Look at that. And that's just randomly like in the middle of the mall. That's pretty neat. Alright. Checking out. So more of these stores are closed then. So I guess we're getting at the end of this part of the mall. As you can see, there's still people coming and going now. But again, they were smart. They moved all the stores forward and they took them out of the ends. Well, they still have the anchors at each end. I think that there's a Walmart anchor at the end of this entrance, which we'll be coming soon to. But the gumball machines are still there, you know, in walking range. Look at this, the structure of the ceiling. I love it. Just looks great. I still think the Oxford Valley Mall structure and the Chamonix Mall structure was incredible. And I did do, obviously, reviews of those malls for the memories. I'll put links in the description if you guys want to check them out. Oxford Valley Mall was my favorite, then the Chamonix and Franklin Mills in that order. Tags and Flags, never heard of that store. Looks newer. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, there's a lot of space here. You know, stores aren't as filled, but there's still people coming and going. I don't know, this looks like it's closed off over here, or this was maybe an old food court. Yeah, I kind of remember there was a food court around here, and there's still some food places open, actually. Yeah, now we're getting the food places open. Philly Steaks, a couple other ones. Old Navy. All right, so now we're back. I guess when you get to the end, you know, we're going to have the food, the Old Navy, Walmart's right around the corner. So yeah, so this is good. There was, Five Below. All right, so we're getting into some nice known stores that are pretty decent size. So that's why we're seeing traffic still around here. So that's pretty cool. Oh, look at this. So here's a whole amusement park inside Franklin Mills Mall. People having birthday parties for the kids. Yeah, so I'm sure this is bringing people in the mall. Look at this. This is its own like mini mall, Star Park. Wow, anybody ever bring their kids here? This looks pretty cool. If I was a kid, I'd want to go there. You know, and some people want to go to Wally World. They say that's an amusement park in there. You never know what you'll see. There's the classic Ferrari. Looks sharp. A lot of these toy video sit-down games for kids. That's pretty cool. This is a bigger one. Maybe I can actually fit in this. Wow, you got the speakers on the side. Decent steering wheel. Yeah, I'm going to have a seat here, guys. Relax for a second. And it is the Cobra car. Classic Cobra with speakers, nice screen. I like it. There's another one. Has the cheaper steering wheel on it, though. Wow, this one looks hooked up, too. What's going on here with all these Advancements, $2. That's not too bad. I'd take a ride for $2, you know? And there's the Walmart. So that is the final entrance. Entrance number 5. But still more gumball machines before you get to Walmart. And here's a little activity if you want to do some bungee jumping or something, I guess, or jumping on tubes. But yeah, Walmart's still the anchor holding it down, with Five Below and the Old Navy next to it. So that's a pretty good triangle of good, strong stores, bringing people in the mall. But I think that's about it for the video, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Originally, we were just going to go down memory lane and remember the great Franklin Mills Mall, but it's still here. It's still present. It's still flourishing. So this isn't a memory video. This is just an enjoyment and looking forward to some fun in the future. And again, I do appreciate the support. If you can give the video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it to some of your mall-loving friends, I would greatly appreciate it, as we just share good memories and times of this mall. Let me know in the comments section, your memories of Franklin Mills, or what did you enjoy seeing from this video, or are you going to come back to the mall now that it's back? Plain and simple. Look at all these activity places in here. All the kids banging stuff. I'd rather have my kids banging stuff here. I don't have kids, but then, kids banging stuff at home. Have them go to the mall and bang stuff. That's what those stores are for. All right, so we are leaving, but I will come back to this mall another day because this was fun. So make your day a retro day.